Whew. Okay, everyone. So I didn't keep up with my video journal like I said I would, but I'm back. Okay, so you recall that I cut down the rose bushes. I think I cut down the rose bushes. So just in case, they've grown all the way back up, well past the window. That window is about 4 feet tall. And I actually just pruned this garden because it was overtaken with weeds, and it bloomed beautifully, but they all died back, and so I didn't keep up with it. But here it is now, so it's kind of thinned out, and it should produce more roses before the season is over. So there's the rose bush. And so the wisteria, remember the wisteria that we had trimmed, and we over trimmed, and we really trimmed it? Well, this is what the wisteria looks like. If you recall, I said they would have flowers on it, and that's those purple flowers there that you see. Extremely fragrant flowers, and it's just a beautiful vine. So these are the little purple flowers on there. They're extremely fragrant, and when they die off, they have these little buds that they're actually really pretty, and the leaves are long and green like I mentioned before. And here is a really long one, as long as my hand. So, and they have these cute little thin vines that wrap around anything that it grows near. So this is what I'm trying to get a shot of one. So you see that? Those little, how they look like little whips? That's what they look like, and they just kind of intertwine into itself. And that's the bush. So we've had to trim it quite a few times already because it grows pretty wild, and it's pretty fragrant. And there's actually a trellis under there, and we're gonna have to trim the opening in here so you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So that's the wisteria, and that's what it's doing. Doesn't it look great? So what I didn't mention before is I have this little bush here, and last year is when I really discovered it. This bush is I'm trying to see, it's a gooseberry bush. Now, I had no idea what the gooseberry bush was, and last year it just kind of turned green and didn't do too much of anything. But this year it have these little berries on it. See, they almost look like little grapes, but they have a bit of a stem to it. So I have these little berries all over the tree, and I'm assuming that that's actually what a gooseberry is. So I'm gonna have to read up on it a little bit, and then we're going to find out when they're ripe. And once they're ripened, we're gonna have to figure out what they taste like and how I'm gonna be able to use them. So that's the gooseberry little bush. Now I noticed my neighbor have one too, so hers is really pretty as well. But that's it. Okay, so now remember when I was telling you about the mint and how invasive mint is? This is the mint garden, and I'm going to show you how tall the mint garden has grown. So I am 5'1". This is how tall the mint garden is on me. I mean, it comes above my waist. So obviously there's just no way I'm going to be able to do anything with that much mint. See how beautiful? I mean, it's really beautiful, and they taste good, and they're so fragrant. Remember, this is the one that have the green vines. Going the wrong way here. So these are the green mints with the little purple vines. I'm sorry, I meant purple vine. So all the way down here is mint. And so what's happening here with the flowers on it, I haven't harvested, so it's overgrown, and when you don't harvest it, it begins to bud. And the problem with it budding is it takes all the nutrients and the water from the bush trying to get this to flower and bloom. The flowering is actually pretty. It's still very, very fragrant, but that's just not what I wanted to do. So this is what it looks like today. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to cut this puppy down to probably 3 inches, the entire garden. And so I'm going to give away a lot of mint to friends and neighbors and whoever else may want it. And see, remember I told you it's invasive? Here it is through the rocks. This is the rock bed, the walkway in my garden. And in this instance, it's just kind of hanging over it because it's grown so much. It's just leaning over and hanging over it, right? So that's what it looks like. But over here, it's actually rooted and growing in the rocks because it grows everywhere. So that's what the mint is looking like. And then here is the strawberry patch. Isn't it beautiful? And so there are no strawberries on it anymore because strawberries bloom very, very early, very, very quickly, and then they go away. Then you have this beautiful green foliage that's left. And you can tell when it's getting to the end of its season because the leaves will begin to turn red, which is what those are. Those are leaves that are turning red. But from a distance, don't they look like strawberries? They're so pretty. And then I have this extremely fragrant, beautiful vine. I'm not quite sure what it is. If I was in Texas, I would say it's honeysuckle, and it smells really fragrant like honeysuckle. But this is not a honeysuckle. Trust me, the boys have tried to eat it. So this is totally not a honeysuckle, but it's just beautiful, and it grows along this bush. I mean, the fence here drapes over on the other side, creeping up the house. But this is just gorgeous. So this is the state of these gardens now, and today is August 5th, and so I've kind of skipped a couple of months, but this is where we are, and this is what it's looking like right now.